Alright, guys, what is going on here? We're at Varsity. We are back. We are just going through seeing our card. We're trying to figure out which pool 3 card we are missing to know to make our best informed decision on getting our using our free collector thing for pool 3 that they give us. But before I do, let me look back just on some of these older cards here. The starter 13 cards aren't too bad. Ant-Man, do you get Ant-Man? There's using a sick. I don't know if these are in a specific order or not. Do you get Odin, Spectrum, White Tiger, Wolfsbane, Pool 2, Angela, Bishop, Devil Dinosaur. Yeah. Yeah, the first like deck I would probably make once I got to this pool 1 is definitely Devil Dinosaur actually isn't gonna do that great. I don't see any cards to really keep his hand full. I guess you can Sentinel really and White Queen once you get her. Uh, then there's Moongrove. So that's probably the first good deck you can make is a Devil Dinosaur deck and some type of probably net. You can't make a Miracle deck yet. No Sarah. Uh, what's this pool 2? You can start actually using move cards here because once you get Cloak, you're in pretty good shape. Also you get Vulture there too. Then Vision. Shang-Chi's great. Leech is Hobgoblin's pretty okay. Rhino's great. Storm. I got Storm a little earlier than that because of a variant I had. Okay, so here we are. Okay, let's see. They're gonna box out the cards we don't got. We're gonna obviously mark the cards we do got. So we do got Bast, right? So have Bast, Zorban, Arrow, Agent Coulson, Arnim Zola, Atuma. We don't have you actually. No Atuma. Baron Mordo, Bass, Black Bolt, Black Panther, we got you. Black Widow, Brood, Captain Marvel. We don't have Captain Marvel. Colin, we actually don't have you either. Crystal, obviously have Destroyer. We don't have Deadpool. We don't have Crystal. We don't actually even have Dagger either. Crossbone, Death, Doctor Doom, Debris, Dracula, Drax, Litro, Falcon, Gambit, Giganto, Goose, Hazmat, Helicarrier, Hellcat, Human Torch, Invisible Woman, Juggernaut, Jane Foster, Kingpin, Leader, Lockjaw. We just got Luke Cage and M'Baku. Ben had Magic, Ben had Lockjaw, Ben had Magneto. Mariah Hill, I think we have you, right? Might need to double check on her. Actually, let's double check for accuracy. Just got M'Baku, by the way. What was she? A 3? She was 2. She was a 2. Let's do name. Just to make my life easier. Yep. Okay, we do have her. Okay. Just checking because I have yet to use her since getting her, so that's 100% sure. Spider-Man, Mysterio, Mojo, Maximus, yep. Moon Knight, Mysterio, we don't have you. Mystique, Nick Fury, we do have you. Omega Red, Orca, Patriot, Polaris, we don't have Polaris. Psylocke, Quake, Rescue, Rockslide, Rogue, Ronin, Sarah, She-Hulk, Super Scroll, we have you, Shuri. We had Shuri way before Shuri was a pull 3 card. Spider Man. We don't have Super Scroll. Taskmaster, Hood, Thor, Titania. Don't have you. Valk been had you before you was pull 3. Ultron. Don't have you either. Venom. Okay, everyone else. Okay, let's look. One. Okay, Ultron, Titanium, Super Scroll, Polaris, Mysterio. Deadpool, Crystal Dagger, Colin and Captain Marvel, Black Cat, Atuma. So I think how many cards is that? We're still missing 12, right? I really think out of these three, 12. Sorry, out of the 12. I think Mysterio, which he was currently, I currently have him on my feed right now. Let's go look at that for my free pull three card. He is currently the pull three card. Sorry. Right. So I'm just trying to decide if I think if I want to go ahead and get him or not. Captain Marvel's okay. Like I said, I already have Shuri, so she's not a bad option. Especially since I also have Doom as well. So I do see a decent like Shuri, Captain Marvel, Doom play. That doesn't seem too bad of an option. Uh, Crystal is obviously probably the no, like out of everyone. Hopefully will end up getting her last, but I don't see her being a bad option in a Mr. Negative deck. Now, I've said this before. I think if you if you Zabu Mr. Negative turn 3, then Crystal turn 4, then you should hopefully get a handful of zero like negative cards. So hopefully that's kind of the goal there, in my opinion. So I don't see anything really wrong with that play. So that's just kind of that. But she just doesn't. And an optimal Mr. Negative deck is gonna probably be a Bass deck. So Crystal kind of loses out on that. But other than that, yeah, she's pretty straightforward. She does fit really well in a Zabu deck though. So Colin Wing also is just kind of. I remember there was this like nice little Colin Wing and like Swarm combo and like it just thrown in any deck. Like you just throw that in like any deck and that was good power. Because she's a 2/4, so that's not too bad with no drawback because her ability is usually like useful or what you want, so not too bad. Also, Atuma can fit pretty well in my current like destroy deck. I have this like pool I have this like zero deck that uses um uh what's his name? Century and Typhoid Mary. So I think he would be fit pretty well. It's also destroyer deck, so we already have Professor X in it. We already have armor in it. So Atuma plus like Professor X armor and all that stuff, he'd be pretty good in that. Also with it's a zero deck, so he'd fit in probably a little bit better than Typhoid Mary would actually. So honestly, because Mary has so much like that I can't like she has to be zeroed. There's no real way around that. So Tuma would actually slot in better than Typhoid Mary, I think so. Deadpool also would be great to get just to kind of have a complete destroy deck. Mysterio is really between Polaris and Mysterio, and Polaris would have been probably my definitive answer. Um, no, I actually kind of think I want Polaris. I kind of because she can make it's two decks I've been waiting to make a complete Surfer deck. I've been waiting to make a complete Surfer deck, and I think Polaris is the best like three costs you need. Also helps when you if you run a Storm deck, and all that good stuff. So I think she would work really well. Also, been wanting to make a Kingpin deck, with by using Polaris, Juggernaut, um, Magneto, and anyone else. I don't have what's his name yet. Staggeron, but Staggeron be a great also in that deck. Um, yeah. Trying to think of it. Magneto, Polaris, Juggernaut. Isn't there another? I think I'm thinking of another card that moves cards too. So Titanium also not too bad. Ultron's just been one of those cards that I will I had Patriot and Mystique a long time ago, and getting him would have been pretty great a while ago. But having him now it just doesn't help. And we've been had Kazaro too. So Titanium also just kind of I'm not really too interested in her. She can go because her ability It's not ongoing, is it? So it's not even an ongoing ability. So yeah, you have to zero her, which isn't something I like, it's just I think if you have the zero card, I think Ebony Maw is a better option there. Uh yeah, and so yeah, that's the thing. And we're not even gonna get all these cards because like I said, we're like getting pool of 4 cards as well. So it's making it hard on us. Like we have you, we have Noel, right? We have Century. These are just cards we unlocked, right? We have Surfer, we have Zabu, and this might be why the game thinks or gives me random cards is because of that. So we already have like these cards. Oh, we already have you two. Shanna, we're missing Shanna Dazzler and Ghost Darkhawk. Will Darkhawk ever drop? That's the question. We have Hitmonkey, um, Master Mode already, Nebula obviously. We have Nimrod, who doesn't have some of these because these are all like Hitmonkey and Nimrod were season pass cards. So Nega's Mega Nega. I thought it was Mega, but it looks like it said Nega. I thought it was Mega Sonic. I guess it's Negasonic. Yeah, okay, I see the spelling now at the bottom. So yeah, Negasonic, Teenage Warhead should be really great in I really think she'd be really great in a Surfer deck. Cannot think of band's name, Surfer deck. So we're also still missing our big bad Galactus and Thanos. But the way the game has progressed, it has allowed us to realistically catch up to completing our thing. So we'll get to a point where we're caught up probably in the next month or two, and we're just essentially just be waiting for the newest cars to come out. So yeah, so we're in pretty good shape, man. It has been great, quite the ride. Really enjoyed it. And I'm glad the game isn't limited to me in a specific order. So hopefully maybe even next card we unlock is Darkhawk. I've been kind of hoping like we have every piece you can imagine for a Darkhawk deck. We're just waiting on Darkhawk himself. So yep. So looking good for that. Don't think there's much else here to add. So a bunch of cards they already know is coming out. Oh yeah, so Iron Lad is a oh is that let me look at the Loki card. It doesn't know what it's gonna do. So yeah, I think Polaris is the move. Mysterio, like we already have Bishop, we already have Hitmonkey, we already have Angela. Like we have a bunch of cards that Mysterio can immediately go into. It's just I just kind of want Polaris more, but I think Mysterio actually brings us more. It's just not knowing what the game's gonna give me next. Like if I knew next week they're gonna give me Polaris next week, I would go ahead and take Mysterio now. I may get Mysterio tomorrow. I don't know. So it's if I upgrade some cards. So I think we'll let this one ride out for now. But I think Mysterio definitely has a lot of impact. But he doesn't fit as well in our Mr. Negative deck that we had. So he would really rearrange that whole like deck that I had earlier. Which speaking of that, let me go to it so you guys know what I'm talking about. It's called Neg on my thing. But yeah, it's like a Sarah, Valk, Iron Man. Yeah, really solid deck because of Bast and Valkyrie, and then when you throw a Mr. Negative in there, with the occasional Iron Man Mystique combo to just kind of cap off almost every game. If you're losing, you usually always seem to have these 2 cards in your hand. So you usually can always make a play some way somehow with them. But anyways, that is all I have to add here, man. Oh yeah, I want the okay. Sorry, let's go back for a little bit. I am sorry, I cut the video off a little early. Let me just kind of point out: is there any cards here that you guys may think like, what if I have the option? Me personally, like what? Not me personally, but you personally might be thinking, what's a great card to go ahead and get out of the pool of threes? Um, and let me kind of go down this list and look. Wong's like great. Like he was the first like token. Like I spent my tokens on him. Like he was only worth like 1,000 at the time, right? Because this was when they were still using the uh pool 3 were 1,000, pool 4 were 3,000 still, and then pool 5 were 6,000. It's still as it is now, but you know you have pool 3 as an option. So Wong, oh, that's awesome. I would have been done with my collection by now too if they left pool 3 in the token auction. But anyways, Wong he's probably one of those immediate. You get Wong, you're in good shape to use a bunch of like cards you've already been using. Like White Tiger Odin combo goes great. It's super crazy at that point. Um, Wong, and if you maybe get Doom like as your next card, that's pretty good. There's a lot of utility with Wong. Like he immediately has a great use. Like you can't like what can't you do? On reveal is really powerful, and if you double it, it's even more powerful. So, uh, and essentially think of this like Onslaught's a 6 cost that doubles ongoing abilities. Wong's only a 4 cost. So yeah. But I guess it has to be that way. It makes more sense that way. But imagine they made a card like Onslaught. That's pretty balanced. This was this game's balanced. They thought about that. I'm glad Onslaught is a 6 cost because a lot of abilities would be broken if they made like a 3 something card that doubles ongoing abilities. But anyways, mhm. Sarah's like the first card I think everyone should get. Sarah is like the first pull 3 card you need. Shuri's now pull 3. She's not as good anymore, so but she's probably still top 20 cards to get. She-Hulk's also the next card I would say. Um, her She-Hulk and Doctor Doom, even though I don't see Doctor Doom yet, are probably like the primary like immediate 6 costs you want. In pool 3. Also, like I said, Sarah's probably the best card to get from pool 3 early on. Patriot also a nice card to get early because then you can just combo. You can make an immediate like Patriot deck off day one. He's one of those cards you can get like first. Uh, Doc. I already said Doctor Doom. Def. Def's okay. I'm gonna say get Def first, but Def's okay because you can make and is that it already? Yeah, we're at the top. I think Def is okay because you should already have all the destroy cards. That do the actual destroying. Obviously, like you still can get cards like Deadpool here. But the actual destroy cards you should already have. Yeah, yeah, She-Hulk, Doctor Doom, Patriot, and Sarah pretty much are like the first ones. Also, Wong's kind of interesting too. Everyone else is kind of on your own. Ultron also solid too if you already got Patriot. Just kind of depends on who you've already kind of unlocked early. But like if you like get to pool 3 and you get that free pool 3 card, the first one you should always get is definitely Sarah. So um yeah, that's my opinion on that. Hope this was helpful. It really wasn't meant to be a breakdown, but I could have definitely made a rank list for these cards. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. Real Diversity, we are out. Peace.